Yeah, we're good. Exilly here with yet another quick review, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my final Holy Grail figures, and that is the old movie monster series, KEIZER Ghidorah. Let's start this video off by taking a look at this badass looking tag. As you can see right here, we have a front image of the monster himself, Movie Monster Series, KEIZER Ghidorah. The inside of the tag has your usual little jargon of information, and on this side you can see a more wider image of KEIZER Ghidorah and some information about the monster. 140 meters tall. Big boy. As you can see in the back right here, we have the same Movie Monster Series, and we have the G-Man himself with some weird white stuff on it. Kind of looks like Godzilla got cum shot in the face. Poor guy. Stepping right into detail and sculpting, KEIZER Ghidorah, at least the old Movie Monster Series one, provides so much peak clean detail and sculpting. It is so accurate to the film. Like, it really just looks amazing. Especially when you look at it up close, in hand, there's just so much detail that you just didn't know existed on the figure. And just overall, the figure just looks amazing. When it comes to the paint job of this figure, I love the dry brushing method they gave on KEIZER Ghidorah, at least on this figure right here. There's obviously some parts of the figure that has full-on paint on it, like the claws, the toes, including the eyes, the tongue, and then there's like a bit of spray paint on the upper jaw of KEIZER's mouth. But yeah, for the most part though, the entire figure is just dry brushed with this nice gold. Also, a side note here, my KEIZER Ghidorah figure here, unlike most KEIZER Ghidorah figures out there, this does not have any scuffed tail tips. Overall, I think the paint job, for the most part, is pretty good. Now getting into articulation. For a figure like this, especially an 8-inch figure from the early 2000s, this one has quite a bit of articulation. The necks rotate, the usual shtick of Ghidorah. Ghidorah's heads can rotate, full 360 and everything. The front legs here can also rotate a full 360. The back of the legs do not move, but that's fine because the ankles move. And then as we go to the tail, let me just remove this. The tails can also fully rotate a 360 degrees. And in total, you get 12 points of articulation on an 8-inch figure like this. That is insane. Alrighty, let's get to the fun part and do some size comparisons. Here he is next to the Final Wars old Movie Monster Series Gigan, and here he is next to the new Movie Monster Series Final Wars Godzilla. Here he is next to the 6-inch new Movie Monster Series Monster X, and here he is next to the SH Monster Arts Monster X. And then as you can see right here, here he is next to all of my 4 current 8-inch Final Wars figures. We have the 8-inch Monster X, the 8-inch Chainsaw Gigan, and the 8-inch Final Wars Gigan. Yeah, currently do not own Godzilla yet, but I'll certainly try to pick one up one day. And here he is next to his new Movie Monster Series, KEIZER Ghidorah. And honestly, this is just night and day. This is insane. I will say, while the new Movie Monster Series KEIZER Ghidorah isn't the best looking for some people, it still retains the same sort of quality in terms of detail and sculpting that the old Movie Monster Series KEIZER Ghidorah had. It's still relatively a good figure, but to be frank, I'm just glad to have both of these figures in my collection. And next, last but certainly not least, here are all 3 of my Holy Grail figures. Holy crap, this is insane. So yeah, essentially for those who are unaware, these are essentially my Holy Grail figures. The figures for the longest time that I have been wanting to get one day. And those Holy Grail figures happen to be Arc Belial, Eukilosaurus, and KEIZER Ghidorah. Honestly, I'm very glad that I have all 3 of these figures in my collection now. Like if I was to tell my younger self that one day I was gonna own all 3 of my Holy Grails, I would have freaked the frick out. Like, it is insane. Like, now, in this day and age, I now have all 3 of my Holy Grails. Like, there's no other words of describing it. It's just awesome. Overall, do I recommend this old Movie Monster Series KEIZER Ghidorah? Well, if you're a Final Wars completionist like me, definitely pick it up. If you love KEIZER Ghidorah and are waiting for the SH Monster Arts to one day release a KEIZER Ghidorah figure, definitely pick it up. Because in the end of the day, this KEIZER Ghidorah is just peak. The sculpting, the paint apps, everything on this figure is just amazing. I personally love this figure a lot. And it's just great that I'm able to have this in my collection. And I guess to answer some questions right now, because I have a feeling there's going to be people asking, am I going to feature this in a Godzilla and Ultraman project? I don't know. But for the time being, I'm just happy to have this figure, my last holy grail of my holy grail trio, I guess you could call it. Yeah, it completes it. I'm so happy that I have this figure. And yeah, there's not really much else to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave it down in the comments down below what you guys think of KEIZER Ghidorah. Are you going to pick one up one day or whenever? You know, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next one, and sign off.
Outro.